Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breech coming to you. I haven't done a Raw review in a real long time. I honestly, I don't really like the Raw reviews that much. I don't watch many other people's, but I thought that I would like to give my thoughts on basically an awesome Monday Night Raw. One of the best Monday Night Raws that I can think of in a real long time. This is the Monday Night Raw that people are going to talk about months from now, maybe weeks from now, when Raw starts to just turn into average plain Jane Monday Night Raw again. We're getting a lot of tag matches, and big feuds aren't really developing. This is what we're pointing back at. Like, this is what we need. Basically, it was the Monday Night Rock. I guess you can say it was just the Rock was all over the place. I'm sure he got at least 40 to 45 minutes of face time. He was in the ring to start it off, which I thought was surprising. I really thought the birthday party would be the main event, but I guess they really wanted to pound out the ratings for this. They had backstage segments. He was the main event. Awesome match between the Miz and Cena. I was marking out like crazy. I think this is probably the best match they've ever done. Really liked the Mania match. Really liked well, I don't know if I liked the Bash 09 match that much, but the match they had on Raw from LA. I thought that was an excellent match. I thought that was the match where the Miz stepped up and proved himself, and I think that is what the match they pointed out when they said the Miz deserved to be WWE champion, and they eventually put the belt on him for beating Randy Orton. But I think the Miz and Cena always deliver. I think they're great. Um, um, tandem. I think they'll be a feud for the long run. And that match was great. I loved the ending. I loved thinking that the Miz won the belt. I really went into this not thinking we were going to get a title switch, just for the main reason that we didn't really get any build up. The match just sort of got pushed out there after the promo with Riley and the Miz. But great match, good stuff. I jumped up off the couch. I really thought the Miz won the belt. I was mad at myself for not recording, trying to get a reaction video out of it. It would have been hysterical. Didn't really want to fake one out there, but I really thought the Miz had it, and I was pissed when they didn't. But then I looked at it and I said that was a damn good ending. That ending reminds me a lot of Orndorff versus Hogan in the steel cage from Saturday Night's Main Event. That's on a lot of DVDs out there. I'm sure everybody's seen that match, but. They paired McIntyre up with Swagger. They pretty much had everybody that got drafted to Raw in that one tag match. I thought that was a great way to show a lot of the Raw fans. There's a lot of Raw fans that don't watch SmackDown that sort of know what these the guys are like, but to really introduce them, you had Del Rio out there, Mysterio, Kofi Kingston. He sort of showed off the U.S. title like you thought nobody knew he won it, and then you had McIntyre versus Swagger, which I guess now is like the Stevie Breach Dream Team. I sort of jumped on the McIntyre bandwagon. A lot of people out there were, in the past weeks, have been saying that McIntyre's on the list of guys that's probably going to get released here pretty soon. But I really want to save this guy. I think he has something to offer. The one thing Jim Ross said about McIntyre, that he was like a high round draft pick that you're waiting to finally make the Pro Bowl. That is a great analogy. I've never thought about that with wrestling before, but anybody who's a sports fan who has a team and like has that draft pick that they pick in the top top 10 or so that's supposed to pan out and be a great player in that league, that it never really does. You kick yourself out. Like my Niners, we drafted Alex Smith, the number one pick in the draft. He's supposed to be the best college player, best quarterback coming out that year, and he just really hasn't developed. And for some reason, San Francisco keeps trying to shake the rust off him, giving him reasons for why he's not, developing out and making excuses for him. That's pretty much the same thing with McIntyre, but I really think that McIntyre has something to offer. I've mentioned this in a couple of my other videos, so I'll just say that I'm on his bandwagon and I hope it works out for him. Moving on from there, the backstage segment between Cena and The Rock, that was gold. I was very glad that we got to see a WWE view. I'm glad that they recorded Cena's telling everybody at Extreme Rules in Tampa that they had caught Osama bin Laden. I love the fan cam. I watched the fan cam like at least 5 times that night, and I told everybody that I talked to about it. To try and find it at work, and other people I talked to. I said that was probably the best way to show it. ESPN keeps showing this video of the Phillies and Mets game where the Phillies fans find out about it, and I think it's better than that. I honestly do, and just seeing it with a WWE production, I'm hoping that they stick that on the DVD. I think that would be a great selling point. I don't know anybody's gonna buy it just for that, but honestly, when I buy that DVD Blu-ray, that's the first thing that I'm gonna watch on there. I love that moment. It gives me chills. It makes me proud to be a wrestling fan. That all those people that are there, they bleed, the red, white, and blue. and are true Americans out there. So I think John Cena did a good job. I think Tampa did a great job responding to it, and that was just a great wrestling moment that we're gonna get for a long time. That package that they did to start off Raw was just gold. Lillian Garcia singing the national anthem was just great. But back to the Rock and Cena moment, that was great. That was probably the best exchange they've ever had. I thought when Cena held the title up and said, "I got you the best present I can get you." I honestly don't see Cena going on 11th month title reign. You know, obviously he's gonna drop it. The WB is better when Cena's on the chase, better than he is on top. So it's gonna come to it. I like that The Rock didn't butt in his match, but I like that they are hyping this WrestleMania 28 match. I am counting every penny I have. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I would love to be there. More than likely, it's not gonna happen, but, I'm looking for any kind of miracle. I'm playing the lottery. I don't normally do that, but I'll find some way to do it if I can. But I just loved it. The one thing that I didn't like about it was they didn't really wanna have they had the party atmosphere that was going on around it. They wanted to make it look like it was spontaneous coming right off of the Mae Young thing. But they had like, you know, you could see all the superstars in the back, Evan Bourne, Daniel Bryan, so on and so forth. And like The Rock and Cena are face to face, and you can see, in the background, Evan Bourne's just having a normal conversation. Nobody cares about the two biggest names in wrestling going face to face, like they're actually gonna throw blows in the back of this party. That was the one thing that I didn't find believable. Everybody found it, funny when Hornswoggle and Santino and the Great Khali were all messing around, but for some reason, when these two guys are going face to face, nobody really cares. But the Great Khali doing the Tooth Fairy thing, honestly, I think he saved his job. I wasn't, a big fan of Great Khali. The WWE doesn't normally release their former champions. They let them stick around as long as possible. They don't want that going to another brand and making them look better that they have a former WWE champion on their show. But the Great Khali, that's one reason to keep him. I don't know anybody else who would have put that dress on and done that. So, Great Khali, I give my props to you and everybody else. Thank you very much.